I think today we're all in for a big treat, and it's not me. It's it's all Mark and Catherine. And before we introduce them, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and kind of what we do. I'm a movement disorders neurologist. Parkinson's is the majority of what we do in the movement side of our practice. So 2.5 years ago, I had the privilege of joining the wonderful team and we became Memory and Movement Charlotte, adding the movement disorders in. And our practice is unique. We're run by a nonprofit board. We do practice in sort of a concierge style of medicine. There is an annual fee, but for people who cannot afford our annual fee of $700, the nonprofit side of our foundation can offset the cost and often pays for the entire thing, if not half or more than that, for a lot of people. So it lets us operate in sort of a time and attention model where we can really spend the time that's needed not only to take care of the patient, but sometimes even more importantly for the family, to be able to offer the support that caregivers and family members need. So it's been my privilege to be part of this wonderful team, and I think many of you on the call have experienced some of that, and I think there are probably some new faces as well. But as we talk about take charge and kind of where that came from, our philosophy is how can we educate and empower our patients and their care partners to understand how to best manage the condition at hand and how to maximize quality of life. And I look at treatment in terms of, there's passive treatment where, patients may come every 6 months and I can write their prescription and there you go, I'll see you later. That doesn't really accomplish a lot for anybody. If we take the time and have the ability to teach people, how do you manipulate your medications to your advantage, and how do you use exercise as a tool to improve your balance, or how do you do certain things? And really, we see ourselves as sort of the coach, if you will. But when you're on the field and you're the quarterback, and we can help call some plays, but if you know the playbook, hopefully you're going to be able to put together some winning drives. And when I think about patient empowerment, it's always people who have the passion, who have the knack, and really dig in and try to figure out how can I make my life easier? How can I find certain ways of doing things that offset maybe some of the challenges that I might have? And one of the first people who comes to mind is Mark Blinson, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Mark for a number of years now, and more recently his daughter Catherine. And Mark will tell us more about himself, but with his sort of background in engineering and sort of his, I think he's sort of a gadget guy, if you will. He's really thought through some really creative ways of really maximizing his quality of life and finding ways to overcome certain challenges. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce all of you to Mark Blinson and his daughter, Catherine.
My name is Mark Blinson. I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's a little over 5 years. Been under Dr. Iyer's care the whole time, and I am thrilled as well to have him for my position. But my career, I'm an engineer. I've been in the utility industry and power plants my whole life. So for all of my career, it's been a troubleshooter. When the power plant don't run, they call the engineers, what's wrong, how to fix it. So as Parkinson's progressed down the path, I did go out on full-time disability, and I'm somewhat of an Amazon nut. So what are some ways as it progresses that will make life easier? That's when we started the YouTube channel. Not super professional. I'm not much of an actor, but Catherine and I are getting it done. So.
Well, I think, one thing that's really, struck me, I remember a conversation we had, maybe a couple of years ago, and sort of how when you hear of challenges or when you hear a problem, you take that on as a challenge and, how do I solve that? And I think, your background, I think, is probably what kind of led you in that direction in terms of what you're doing now to try to help yourself and others with similar conditions. And I think before we get too far, I have to ask, why in the world are you in the bathroom?
Well, we were fortunate to, a couple of years ago, be able to redo a 1912 house, and we were able to integrate several Parkinson's helps into it. So I thought I would walk around my bathroom today and show a couple of them to you. One of the best ones we'll conclude with is in the bathtub, but we'll start out here by the sink. And it might be a small little thing, but as you can see, we integrated a faucet with a horizontal flow to the water. So after you're brushing your teeth, easy to access the water to rinse out your mouth. Moving around every afternoon, most every afternoon for my muscle soreness, I got a large bathtub here, Whirlpool, and we take an Epsom salts bath. We integrated the grab handle into it here on the wall, so it's very easy to get in and out. Into the shower, we integrated a shower seat and a grab handle there, and a flexible handle as well for bathing. So if your balance is off and you need to sit down. But the reason we started in the bathroom is everybody's favorite. So as it turned out, the Whirlpool jets are up at the head, and when the bathroom gets full, I couldn't turn the water off. So I integrated it into my Echo. So I just say, Echo, Echo, turn off the water. And voila, my voice control magic happens. Thank you, Dr. Iyer.
You've been such a great example of patient empowerment. You called me maybe 6 months ago. I think it's hard to. Time doesn't mean a lot anymore with COVID. I'm not even sure when it was. I think it was about 6 months ago, and you're telling me about your YouTube channel. And some of the things that you thought about featuring on your YouTube channel, and I love that idea because my kids kind of do this, and they're all doing it for silly reasons and having fun. How many followers can I get? But I think a lot of the products that you've thought about, a lot of the things that you've done, I've just been really intrigued at how you really kind of define empowerment. And so I'd love to hear more about your YouTube channel and some of the products that you found, and would like to share with some of your peers.
Well, thank you. I found magnetics to be a big help. I'll start with these little magnetic glasses. I tend to not lose them around my neck. They're very easy to put on, little magnetic clip things. So they work well, but I'll take them off because one of the best things is magnet ready shirt. As you can see, I have on a dress shirt, and the challenge of getting the buttons around the wrist and things. These simply it looks like a dress shirt, but it has a magnet behind each of the buttons. So just simply that, and when you want to get the button back up, that quick, they're all magnetized and you're done. So that's called a magnet ready shirt. In addition, every day we have to charge our cell phones, right? So when mobility is a problem and little things are a problem getting your hand, I found a magnetic charger. So this little blue light here goes to my cell phone. If I get in the vicinity, the magnetic charge goes to the cell phone. So if you're in an off period and have difficulty, it's very easy to get your phone charged. This has been one of the most helpful things. As you know, with Parkinson's, often it takes many different medications, and getting a little top off a pill bottle and getting pills out daily can be challenging. I know many times I call my wife Kristen to help me pick up 200 pills off the floor. It was a challenge to get there before my dog beat me to them. So this guy's called a hero, and it has been a hero. It dispenses up to 10 different medicines. You simply have a smart cell phone app, and when the time comes, you press the button, and it'll dispense up to 10 medicines in the cup. You can buy a hero. You have to rent it by the month, but that's been one of my favorite. And I'm in the kitchen now. I've got several kitchen items. Many of you have probably seen this. In the morning, you want a cup of coffee, and a couple of fingers is hard to hold it up when you have much strength. What I like about this, it's a good heavy handle. I can wedge all my fingers in so you get a strong hold, and it doesn't take much grip to keep the coffee steady. one of the things we got here, Catherine. Here's a nice little one. If you're a caregiver, you want to keep your little snacks fresh. It's hard to get a box open. This is just a push top, and you can simply pour your snacks out. This little guy you've probably seen, but when jar lids get tough, you got several different sizes for your jar lid, and it gives you extra leverage to get the top off the jar. One of my favorite drinks get heavy when you don't have much strength. Here's a little electric drink dispenser. It can fit on any bottle, any size. It's got a little flexible cap. Just push your drink against the button. So if you have it in the refrigerator, just open the door. It's good. I don't know about you guys that like to play cards with card holders. We like to entertain and invite people over. So when you only have like one useful hand, you have a place to hold cards. On and on it goes. There's several. I put this guy to remind me of my service dog, Champ. It's a Frisbee, which he likes to retrieve. I got real fortunate, and Champ is a golden doodle. He's about 1.5 years old, and he's been trained to be a Parkinson's service dog. He will be able to pick up things that are dropped. He'll be able to be stable in a standing position when I have balance issues. And he'll have a handle on his harness to actually pull me up out of the chair when standing is an issue.
I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, those are things that I'm thinking I might like to order. And I don't even have Parkinson's, but in all seriousness, the things just to make life easy. I mean, just something as simple as trying to plug the end into your cell phone to charge it. I mean, I've had challenges with it sometimes because it doesn't want to go in there. I mean, just the fact that it finds it so easily. I mean, that's wonderful. And then you think about, I think about a lot of folks, who are still working and they're still trying to work and, getting up in the morning, getting going, trying to get your medicines right. And even just the simple task of getting dressed can take a long time. And I know you've got the dress shirt there you go. I mean, you look very professional there. I think there was a shoe I think you had found.
Yes, easy on, easy off. Up at work today, so typically you can just put your foot in, press against a surface, and the back is rigid. You don't even have to bend over. There you go, shoes on.
And those are pretty professional looking sort of, dress shoes. And so it's not even having to settle for something that looks like a medical shoe, if you will. I mean, you look like you're ready for a business meeting.
Well, thank you. Yeah. And another thing, I think, as you get familiar with my YouTube channel, I'm sure you guys have things I haven't thought of, and you can communicate through me, and together we can make the quantity of products, larger and larger. And often I just sit there and ponder, what might be a way that this would be easier. And often I just start searching on Amazon because many times someone else has thought about it already. So that's how I found a lot of products, just recognizing the need and then searching Amazon for a potential solution. So,
I saw someone the other day who had injured his back, trying to bend over and pull out a frying pan that was in his cabinet. Yeah. And I was wondering if you've come up with any solutions for something like that.
Well, I give my wife credit for that. When we were doing the kitchen, we put everything out on the rolling pull-out shelves. So we were able to integrate that into the kitchen remodel. So, yeah, not too much bending here. And we even have what we call an appliance garage. So same thing, you can put your toaster and your little NutriBullet on a pull-out tray.
That's great.
Put the microwave up high, and we won't go in the laundry room, but made pedestals for a washer and dryer to get them up off the floor. And then fortunately, we made every door in the house wide enough for a wheelchair. Hopefully we won't get to that day, but if we do, we're ready for it. That's really forward thinking. I remember
talking to a patient of mine who has this gorgeous staircase, hardwood carved. He actually had it flown over from Scotland from an old castle. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful staircase that he had put in his house, and it is now the single most dangerous thing in his house, because stairs are never good. And so when we think about how do we make life easy, and what are the things you may or may not need, I think thinking about your door frames and how wide are they, and what are the things, whether some folks might need to access a wheelchair or even a wide walker to get through it. I think that's really forward thinking. How'd you get the idea of the service dog?
I got real fortunate on that one, kind of a long story, but I had my heating and air license on the side, and my trainer needed an air conditioning system, and her air conditioner friend needed some calculations done that I knew how to do. So I did the calculations for him. He put in an air conditioner system for her. And she gave me a dog and was trained.
Wonderful. I think it'd be great to hear maybe just a little bit from Catherine about your background, and I know we've had some conversations about it, but I mean the way you're able to kind of focus your background training to help your dad, I think it's it's a very commendable and remarkable, and I know Mark's very proud of you.
Thanks. Yeah. So I am in the process of pursuing my marriage and family counseling license right now. And so it's been helpful to just be a part of Dad's life and, hear more about his story, but also tell him, hey, it's okay to grieve. Like, this is hard. This isn't just hard for you. This is hard for family members, for friends, I think one of the things that have been helpful is, you grieve a symptom and that becomes like a normal part of life. And then another symptom comes and you grieve that, and so we've just tackled this together. We've been a good team. And I've just been really encouraged with how he's handled it.
That's very well stated. And, our founding partner, Dr. Edwards, I've often heard him say, it's too easy to mourn the losses. You have to let that go, and you have to celebrate the things that you can still do. And, you look and see what people are doing. And, I think that's what we try to celebrate and educate and share. I think it's amazing what you've done in a very short time and thinking about this. And I know with your mind, it's only going to get bigger and bigger. And I love that you have the YouTube channel. And I think there is going to be a slide or a pictorial at some point that's going to have all of your information on it. And I would unabashedly encourage anybody who is on the computer to follow Mark's YouTube channel, because I know there's going to be a lot of good content to come. And so with that, Melanie, do you want to move to the Q&A? Or
I have to just share that when I began my role at Memory and Movement, Mark was the first patient that I met. And one of the first things that Mark did was present me with a list of topics that he wanted to cover in his YouTube channel. At the time, there were only 2 videos, and I was on yesterday and there were 8 or 9. So definitely, Catherine's been hard at work. And the list was, there were dozens of ideas on there, and probably by now it's even longer. So I was impressed immediately with just how you just don't stop. Your mind just doesn't stop. And Catherine said it beautifully. You've handled challenge and turned it into an opportunity, and an opportunity that you're sharing with others through the channel. So thank you. And thank you for sharing with us as well. So we are open for questions.
Does the medicine dispenser include a timer or a reminder feature as well?
Yes, it's part of the cell phone app. So it actually will send reports to your caregiver. So if I'm not diligent to take my meds, my loved ones will very quickly remind me, because I'll get an update. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you get busy and you forget. I often dispense to the cup, but I don't take the pills. So I walk off while it's dispensing, and then I don't feel very good very later. And I look over there and see the pills still in the dispenser. So
How many days of medicines can you put in at one time?
It depends on the size of the pill, but it'll hold definitely a month's worth.
Is it 10 different?
Yeah, 10 different medicines on a little wheel, and actually vacuums up from the little container of each different medicine. If I could go ahead with the next question, I'll make a little noise here for us.
There's also a YouTube video on the Hero machine, so feel free to check that out.
Oh, it's made by Keurig?
No, by Hero.
Oh,
It looks like a Keurig machine.
So you hear the little vacuum, will be vacuuming the pill out of the container and drop it in the box.
Is that Hero, like HERO?
Yep, hero.com. That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Mark, I'd love to know a little bit about, if you had an older home, like you said, about your process of renovating and how that went, and maybe a little bit about maybe some strategies you used to help make sure everything was done to your specifications.
In the renovation? Well, the way I did it, many people don't know this, but if you go down to the county office and sign an affidavit that you're going to live in the house for 1 year, you can be your own general contractor. So I did that. I was my own GC. So I was here every day, being on disability anyway. So I was able to, ensure things were done as I specified. So actually, my wife Kristen drew the plans for the renovation. And being an engineer, I had a civil engineer friend at work. He took Kristen's plans and turned them into AutoCAD. We presented them to the city of Charlotte, and off we went.
What's the name of the shoes?
Kizik, Kizik, Kizik shoes. And
Thank you.
You're welcome. They come in all different styles: athletic shoes, casual shoes. I just happen to have dress shoes on today.
And the shirt?
Magna Ready, Magna, Magna Ready. Another clothing item, my wife, belts are difficult for me, so my wife found some nice slacks with just elastic waistband instead of having belt loop. But when I got for a dress occasion, that's what I wear.
Thank you.
I'm sorry?
So when you go on Amazon to look for these products, I mean, how easy or difficult is it to search and find, what things that might be useful to you?
We can put Melanie. I think we can put links out there for these different products to Amazon.
We can. And one of the things that I really love about your YouTube channel is that you focus each video is very short, and each one focuses on one product. And it's something that's worked for you. It's not, you're not working for the product or selling the product or anything. So it's really an authentic review, which I really enjoy seeing. And each one does include how to get the item. So Mark and Catherine, if you guys would like to, if you would be willing to just send me a quick list of the things that you've shared today and maybe the URL for where to find more about it or the Amazon link or something. I'll post that on our website along with this video, so it'll be easy for folks to find.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I presume there's not you wouldn't type in products useful for Parkinson's patients. I mean, how do you search for something so different?
Yeah, I guess I tried different keywords like a drink dispenser, electric drink dispenser, things like that. Card holder. I can't recall them right now, but yeah, I do recall sitting there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, putting in different.
Think of the problem that you're having.
Yeah, buzzwords for the problem I'm having, and just to do a search for that product. And that'd be a way I guess you guys might can help me find some more, because whatever the thing is you're suffering with, might be a way you can find it.
Would you talk about the bathroom sink again?
Well, that was just a horizontal faucet instead of the water spraying down. When we were looking for faucets for our house, I just happened to see this in Lowe's or wherever I was, and the water being horizontal after I brush my teeth, or just fresh water to rinse out my mouth. It's easy to bend over.
Oh, okay. All right.
Except the water horizontally than vertically.
Thank you.
It's something that every man needs.
Thank you so much for spending and sharing your time with us today. It was just amazing. And like Dr. Iyer said, I think these are tips that we all could take advantage of. So thank you for doing that and doing so much for so many people who can benefit from your insights. I wanted to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Southminster's Embrace Home Care. They have been a terrific partner to us in so many ways, and actually have funded a scholarship, as Dr. Iyer mentioned, to help those families for whom our annual fee is a financial barrier. So they've been very kind and generous in that regard. They're also the sponsor of many of our Take Charge live sessions as well. And unfortunately, their business development director, Thomas Brewer, couldn't join us today, but I wanted in his behalf to just share what a great partner they are. They have a fantastic home care company that provides support to not only their Southminster residents, but also to people in the community. We've had really tremendous feedback from many of our patients who have availed of their services. And so if you are ever in need for any type of support, certainly talk to many of us at Memory Movement Charlotte, and reach out to Southminster directly as well. And be happy to send you a brochure or provide some information if there's anything that if you'd like. So,
thank you, Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you very much to Mark and to Catherine for being our guests tonight and for sharing a wealth of information. Thank you to Dr. Iyer. And we hope that you'll join us again for the January session.